So after spending about like 5 days working on that other video, like trying to make an intro video, failing, making this other video, and don't worry, the intro video is coming soon. I thought, we would stick to something simple and familiar with the good old-fashioned tier list. And this is, you know, for, roller coasters at a, theme park near and dear to my heart, Six Flags Great Adventure. Here we are set up. You know, I structured the tier list. It like the way it's structured. I would say is inspired by a YouTuber I'm watching, like Jeremy Klinger, where we have elite at the top, and I wouldn't say there's necessarily any bad rides, at least from what I remember. But there's definitely a lot of like once you ride them once and you kind of seen it all. And there's like this is a theme park I've been going to for a long time since I was like a kid, so I'm pretty familiar with the at least most of the rides here. Anyway, if you enjoy, like and subscribe, and let's move, like, let's get to it. Starting off with the Batman ride, like I'd say it's decent. Like the way a lot. Keep in mind a lot of it's like my personal opinion. I'm also trying to factor in like, and oftentimes it could be like based off things like how long on average like you gotta wait in line to get in, like the ride itself, like maybe bits and few bonus points in there for the atmosphere, like especially like in the waiting area. Yeah. Anyway, you know. Oh, I should mention it's also been like it's definitely been a while since I last went there, a few years, but hopefully should so just keep that in mind. For for Batman, it's not too bad. Like on average, you probably have to wait at least 45 minutes, which I'm not sure. But as for the ride itself, it's decent. You got a fair share of twists and turns, like corkscrews. And something else I'm gonna be factoring in is like the location, like because some of these rides, like even some of the good ones, like are in the back ass corner of the park. It can be pretty difficult to get to and get out of. As for Batman and also the Dark Knight, it's fairly close by to like the main area. You just got like over here, like still fairly central location, like on the right side over here. Can't miss it. And you can even see it from the parking lot. Anyway, not necessarily my first choice when like whenever I'm not necessarily my first choice whenever I go to the park, but it's not bad either. If I go there, like there's a good chance it's like it's on my list of rides that well, not necessarily priority. It's like it's like sure, why not? Let's go with decent pick. Next up, the Harley Quinn. It's actually like the location is really good. Like it's right in front of like the main area. Same thing for Joker. As for the waiting line, it is a fairly shorter ride, so it's fair to expect like like probably 20 minutes or so. As for the ride itself, yeah, this is a one and done. Like for me, like it's one of those like more like low, medium or low thrills ride where it's like if you want something quick, what like maybe while you're waiting for someone, sure, but I swear I have not ridden this ride since I was like I don't know 9 or something. Not yeah, our first one and done. Next up, the dark. This one based off of the Dark Knight movie. Like, it's not too long of a wait. Like from like if it was full, I think it's probably like 30 minutes. And I mean, technically, there's kind of two areas, and the second waiting area is actually pretty cool. Like it's heavily based off of like Gotham City, and like and you even get like a clip from the movie. And it's like, oh, why so serious? And then, you know, and then for this, I guess the third quarter, like or like the third part of the waiting area, you go through, all covered in graffiti, like the Joker's race, like the police department. Like as for the ride itself, uh, it's more of like a medium thrill, less so based off of like less so based off of like it's more like a ride, dependent more so on like pretty quick, maybe even sharp like twists and turns, a few jumps here and there, and of course like at the end you pretty much get jump scared with the train horn. Aside from that, I'd say it's uh, fairly average. Like it's carried a lot by like its aesthetic. If I'm being objective here, like not a bad ride, and I would and and I wouldn't and I usually don't mind stopping by here, but I if I went a whole visit without going there, I wouldn't necessarily be like too upset about that. Next up, El Toro. Like we got a wooden roller coaster, so just be careful, cause like like I usually don't have a problem with like this one, but like especially like how jank, yeah, like some of the quick like bumps, like up and down, and of course like with being a wooden roller coaster, it can be a bit of I guess irritating. As for its location, if I remember correctly, should be over here. Yeah. The wait times, yeah, they can definitely be a bit long. Like good hour or so, like hour 15, especially since well there's usually like two sets of trains, like there could definitely be some like issues with the ride. Yeah, so expect to wait a bit, like if you're trying to get on. Ride itself, aside from that, it's decent, but I would say more so on the lower end. Yeah. Now Green Lantern, like if you're entering the park, like this is probably one of the first rides you would see alongside Superman. Like where is it? Mhm. Oh yeah, it's over. Wait, I don't know why the map is covering it up. Maybe it's in, but like it should be over here next to Ultimate Flight. Like it's not so much hard to like find, but getting to it can be quite a bit of a walk because you kind of have to do like a horseshoe kind of thing. It's like whoop. Like as for waiting in line, it kind of depends. Like sometimes, like especially if it's not too crowded, you can get through like fairly quickly, like 30 minutes or so. But if it's packed, expect to wait quite a while, like at least a good hour and a half. As for the ride itself, like I I like it. Like definitely quite a bit of like twists, and turns, and corkscrews, and like I and one of my favorite parts is definitely like when you're like upside down and like the coaster gets really like close to the ground. Whoop, kind of like a bend there, and it can I think it lasts like like around 2 minutes. Like doesn't overstay its welcome, but you can get like if you do manage to get on here, you know you get quite a bit of airtime. Like I would say like a pretty like solid pick. Like whenever I go there, like it's one of those rides where for the most part I look forward to like actively, not just look forward, but actively like, okay, maybe not actively, like would something on the mind for, okay, what rides do I want to go on? All right, Green Lantern is definitely one of them. All right, Jersey Devil. This is one of the newer ones. I've only been on it once over here. But if I remember correctly, wait times like it depends on if there's like issues with the coaster, or at least it was there, but I think it'd probably be like around 40 minutes or so. The ride itself, it's decent. Like you're not gonna like it's nothing too crazy. Like mostly a lot of like ups and downs. Like a few turns here and there. Like fairly. I think it lasts for like usually like minute 15 or 30. Like, cause keep in mind I've only rode it once, so, and it's been a while since then. So I'm kind of definitely going off like memory, but here I can see it at least being like fairly decent, and you don't have to worry too much about like definitely more of a medium thrills ride, or actually like a higher like maybe like if that like if the Dark Knight ride is like maybe like a 2.5, this is more like maybe a 3.5. Decent pick. All right, Joker. Just like Harley Quinn, great spot. It's right in front of like the main area. Wait times, not too bad. Like even if it's packed, you could probably get through like in about like 35 minutes or so, or 40. And it's a fairly short ride, but for but what it, lacks it in length, it makes up for in like airtime. Especially since it's one of those coasters like where like you have the axles there, so it kind of like twists and like the seats there, like kind of twist and turn, like even like kind of like doing a flip. Maybe not so. Like if you're nauseous, it might not be but usually yeah, I would say it's a like solid ride, at least like lower end, maybe like above, slightly above decent pick. Like whenever, especially considering how close it is, like to the main area, like and the entrance, like it's usually one of the first rides I go on. Yeah. Kane the Car. R.I.P. Like thing got taken down a day before my birthday. This one I definitely have a lot of mixed feelings about. On one hand, like this ride can definitely break down like when it was still around, it tended to break down quite a bit, like a lot. And because of that, and especially how popular it was, like you could definitely wait times were insane, like at least around like 2 hours. And even though I haven't experienced it myself, there were also issues where like how it would work. It was kind of like a slingshot, where like the coaster would go like to this like it would move up a little bit, and it kind of like and then would stop, and then like push back a little, and then like compress air, like push it there. What it would normally do is like zoom up. It would go up the hill and then back down, up of a slope, and then up another hill, with a more smoother down gradient as a way to slow it down towards the end. But sometimes it wouldn't even make it all the way up to the top of the main tower where Zoomjaro also was. It would just Yeah, and also like the area, like if like it, you can't really see it, but it's like it was over here, like not only like from the parking lot, it's pretty easy to spot it, but from where you're, but actually getting there, that's a whole other like not only is it quite a walk away, but like especially if you're if for a first time viewer and you don't really, if you were going here for your first time and you didn't already know where it was, like I wouldn't fault you for kind of getting lost there. Like sometimes, especially like the morning to early noon times, there was like an extra path here, like through a mini animal area, like over here, another way to get there. But even then, like it was even worse with Zoomjaro because you pretty much had to like walk the whole way through, like up to where like the main tower is, like to access it, and of course on the way back. So much so that they like halfway through they pretty much put like vending machines there, like for like so you could get like a quick drink. And for a drop tower, eh, it was pretty high, but by drop tower standards. So anyway, as for Kingdom Come itself, a lot of mixed feelings. Like whenever I did get a chance to actually ride it, it was, it was good. Like, well, I don't know about good. Like I enjoyed it, but if we're being objective here, like especially since it's kind of a, I kind of have to put it like an average, like, and being a little generous, like kind of a mid tier sort of. Okay, this one I have no idea what this is. Like like I don't even think it's even here on the map. I don't like I have no. Maybe it's a new coaster set to open soon, but for now I just kind of have to put in who. Next up, Medusa, aka Bizarro. Like first off, getting to it, like definitely like it's not, finding it isn't so, wasn't necessarily difficult, but it was getting to it that was, like, if I remember correct, where was it? Yeah, it was, yeah, quite the quite a walk away. Like pretty sure that like it's the furthest ride away from like the main area, like from the, aside aside from maybe Zoomjaro when that was still around. This one I have not been on it. Like as for the wait times, I honestly can't remember. Like it was a, it is a fairly popular ride. I guess like 50 minutes or so. As for the ride itself, like it's actually pretty cool. Like it's like especially when you're going to the, through the part, like with the flamethrowers and like the one that kind of looks like a spiked I don't know, like the one with the mist. And I also kind of like the part of the ride where it's where it actually goes a little bit beyond like the entrance, like for a curve. It's, ooh, like when you going on the way there and when on the ride, like I'd say pretty neat. And as you like mostly like around a lot of like twisted turns. As for the ride, honestly I can't remember. I definitely gotta check it out again, like so I could give it a more fair shot. But I'd say it's a decent pick. Hold on, hold on. We got an issue here. I'll just put it over here because like trying to be fair. Like, now Nitro Elite. the only like location, like it's fairly easy to get to and it's not too hard to find. Like the only major problem I have with it is like the wait times. Like especially considering how like since there's usually like 2 or 3 coasters on, it could go by tends to go by fairly quickly, like, but at the same time, like especially if it's packed, which it does tend to do since it's a popular ride, you it can definitely be quite the wait, like definitely over an hour. As for the waiting area, I actually like for some reason it you know it's consistently blaring like the Mortal Kombat theme, like the it's like Mortal Kombat. Yeah, that one. I don't know why, but I always really like that part there. Like also right off the bat when you get on the ride, like you got a little appetizer there with like a curve there into like the heading up and then launch down. I think that might actually be it might actually have the tallest and maybe not maybe steepest like kind of like drop, and it's also the longest ride in terms of like maybe like length and duration, like going on for like a solid 2.5 minutes, or I guess technically 3 if you count like at the end. Lots of twists and turns, like corkscrews, you know, and it also goes like you can see quite a bit of like the backstage area and also like the surrounding forest, and especially at and you could get a nice view of like the horizon, especially like on the initial the starting tower portion. Honestly, like like whenever I go there, this is one of the first rides on my mind that I want to go to. Next up, Runaway Mine Train. Where is it? Oh, right. It was the wooden roller coaster over here. Apparently, like even before Six Flags, like this was like the first roller coaster in the area. On honestly, unfortunately, I kind of have to give it another one and done. Like I don't have a problem with wooden roller coasters, like and like the waiting area for this one is like quite unique. Like it's kind of like old timey like early 20th century like train station. And I also like how it's kind of close to like the sky bucket, so you can use it to get across like the park fairly quick, like in like 2 to 3 minutes or so. But I haven't been on this. Yeah, it's not very good. Like shows it's definitely has its age, especially like with the turns. Like if you thought El Toro was janky, like you haven't seen anything here. Like there aren't that many, but like especially man, like you when it turns, you really feel it, and it's also like one of the I guess like the slower coasters. So if you're looking for thrills, like even like on water coasters, stick to El Toro. It's not necessarily the worst thing, but definitely another one and done. Next up, Skull Mountain. Like fairly easy to get to and spot. The wait times like think around like on average like around 40 like minutes or so. like similar to Dark Knight. It's another indoor coaster. I kind of like the part, like, especially like as you're going up like the initial tower, like you can see a bit of the outside, and you can even and also from the outside you can see like coasters running through. I'd say it's like a fairly short and but sweet kind of ride. Like I think you could get through the whole thing in like 40, like 45 seconds, and like definitely a lot of like bumps there, like jumps, and you know with like with rock music blaring throughout the whole thing. Although like as it's although the part where it's like once you reach the top, it kind of like slowly goes down before like suddenly speeding up with the sound cue there. If that's the case, like I would definitely recommend like going towards the back, because like the with the front, you're pretty much already down there. It's not near, and then the towards the back, you could definitely get more air. Like yeah, I'd say like bottom of decent pick. Like I don't like riding it. Like it's enjoyable, but it's not necessarily one that comes to mind. Like even if you see it. As for Superman, like the final one on the list, same air. It's in the same area as like Green Lantern, and I almost forgot to mention it there before, but like especially as you're making it through, you kind of get like you got you can kind of read like comic style bios of like various characters there, or at least for Superman, like like him and his family, like his friends, and like some of the villains there. As for although also something about the waiting area is weird is like towards the end of it, like before you actually reach the station, like there's like a mini food stand selling like popcorn, like drinks, like hot dogs. I'm not sure why it's there. Then again, it is a fairly long line, so I guess as for like runtime, uh a minute 30. Like the main gimmick with the ride is like when it's about to launch, like instead of the usual, because like the track is up top, and like the floor dips down, and you kind of like the seat kind of tilts back, so it feels like, meant to replicate like if you are Superman, like flying through. The ride itself, eh, it's fine. Like I'm not upset, whenever I do ride it, but like considering the wait time and the ride itself, it definitely leaves a lot to be desired. So I'd say like top of average. And there we go. That's it for now. I heard like they're supposed to be adding a few more roller coasters like in the next 5 or so years. So next time I go to the park, I'll be sure to check those out. Like we'll see how it goes. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please like and subscribe, especially like with the YouTube algorithm, like share it with your friends, hit the bell icon. Additionally, if you want to keep up with like the Schmuck news, sorta, you can follow me on like Twitter, join the Schmuck City Discord. You can follow me on Twitch for live streams. Additionally, if, you can donate to me through like Ko-Fi, like to leave a little tip. You'll even get like a special role in the Discord server and a shout out in my next video. Anyway, Have a good day, night, whatever. And yeah, see you again soon. Schmuck out.